Look, Pusha T throwing shots at Kanye West. He say he don't respect him as a man, and he can't hide it. Yeah, he say he's unable to sit in a room with him and hide his true feelings because Kanye West is so much of a genius. He just sees through the bullshit. He know he don't see him as a man. Look, Pusha T say, Ye showed him the weakest sides of him, and Ye knows how he feels about weak people. Look, bro, Pusha T, you're mad now, bro. One question. Was that before or after he allegedly sucked you off, fam? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You stayed with Ye for years. Ye's letting out the bag that he's a cocksucker. You know what I mean? Real shit. Why were you with him? Behind closed doors. What were y'all doing? Now you mad. Yeah, no. Pusha T trying to sell an album. Nah, he's talking more than he did in the last 15 some odd years. I ain't trying to hear it. Drop it in the comments, bro. It's Ye over Pusha T all day. And I don't even fuck with Ye. He's a cocksucker. I can't fuck with him. You know what I mean? Point blank period, because he might rape your little cousin. I can't mess with him. But definitely, I'm putting him over Pusha T. And I know Pusha T done did some writing for him, but it doesn't matter. Pusha T sucks. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. Look, Jamie Foxx throwing shots at Diddy. This is via his new comedy store special. He called him a nasty motherfucker. And he's joking about the piss. Look, bro, a lot of people going at Diddy now because they think it's over for him. Believe this, bro. The man still got stretch. Yeah, the man still got stretch, and he might reach his hands out and touch old Jamie Foxx for real now. You know what I mean? Jamie, this is like the pot calling the kettle black, fam. What are you and Tyron Turner doing behind the scenes is the question, bro. Inquiring minds want to know. You know what we want to know. Don't fuck with our mind, fam. Your name ain't even Jamie, bro. You picked that because you was gender fluid. Don't start all the weird gay antics and jokes, fam, because you hiding some shit. Yes, you are. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Look, 50 Cent sabotaging Sean Diddy Combs' chance at freedom, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is some weak shit. This is when trolling is going way too far. Way too far. It's starting to look like what Ja Rule was saying about 50 snitched him out. Starting to look correct. 50 gonna do that, bro. Yeah, 50 gonna do that. He ain't got no shame to it. What Donald Trump said he was willing to consider a pardon for Diddy after he takes a look at the facts. Well, 50 say that ain't gonna happen. He supports Trump and he wanted to let Trump know that Sean Diddy Combs has been dragging him for a while now, so he start posting these videos and videos and videos. Look, bro, that's some hating ass shit, man. This is something you don't play with. Freedom is something you do not. Life, living, and freedom is something you do not play with, bro. Drop it in the comments, man. Shame on 50. This is the same shit that he showed when he was smoking on the Gotti pack. Yeah, when he was smoking on the Gotti pack, a nigga looked at him this same way, bro, with a raised eyebrow. That people's eyebrow. You know what I mean? Nigga looked at him that same way. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Look, NBA YoungBoy expands his Masa tour, Make America Slime Again tour. Look, he has expanded it. Added 13 new dates, October 24th to November 12th. Fans are demanding it. It's 100,000 people, over 100,000 people in queue wants to see YoungBoy despite him not performing in 5 years. We don't know how good the show gonna be, but it's gonna be a show, and he's gonna be there. On top of that, Trump just pardoned him. But Utah is still trying to press charges, so we don't know what this thing going. I don't know what's going on with YB. You know what I mean? I still support him, definitely. But this whole thing just makes me ask a lot of questions. How is he out? Yeah, how is he out already? This is just crazy. What happened, fam? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Pros, inquiring minds wanna know. Scores from the playground. Drop it in the comments, bro. But shout out to NBA YoungBoy. The pre-sale tickets will go on pre-sale June 4th. Officially June 6th, you can go ahead and buy those. If you're trying to see a show, people cutting hair, selling their cars, selling their ass, all type of shit to go see YB. So yeah, he's gonna be there. Drop it in the comments, man. But shit is looking sticky in some of them little places. They want him. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, fam. Y'all drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Look, Tourè throwing shots at Jaguar Wright. Look, this one ain't gonna end well, first of all, because she done already got on your ass once, and obviously you ain't learned your lesson because you come back talking. Look, he say Jaguar Wright said with great passion is that she was walking them girls out of freak offs, saving him. Well, he say the freak offs was just small sessions. How you wasn't even invited. It was not no celebrity fit. Look, you don't know what the fuck a freak off was, Tourè. Yeah, they had the big ones, they had the small ones, they had the huge ones, they had the private ones. This is Hollywood, Hollyweird, bro. This is the music industry. Unfortunately, what you're looking at is gonna change you forever. Yeah, it's gonna change you and how you see things, perceive things forever. Yeah, they were freak offs and she was saving the women, you know? Point blank, period. She ain't got to lie. Drop it in the comments. Jaguar Wright, Miss Jaguar Wright to you motherfuckers. Ain't gotta lie, she saved quite a few women, fam. Yeah. They was big parties, small parties, huge parties. Like I said, fam, freak offs. Sometimes it was 100 people in the freak offs. You got to remember they got beds on the basketball court. 50-foot bed in the backyard, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be fucking everywhere and everybody. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Look, Offset throwing shots at Stephon Diggs. Look, Cardi B, she broke a little code with this, bro. She gave they son the same exact hairstyle as Stephon Diggs as if that is his father. Yeah, that is not his father. That is Offset's son. Look, that's his son, fam. That's what you don't understand. That's his son. This is different. This ain't about the spousal support or none of that. This is about the fact that Offset says, now when somebody loses their life for playing with my son, then call me to crash out. Look, bro, he just looking for a reason. He's itching for a reason to show people that he ain't as friendly as the world thinks he is. I don't know, bro. Offset, you ain't got nothing to prove. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to prove, bro. I know you want your money. You want just stay out of it, fam. Let her do what she gotta do. She wanna invoke emotion. That's what they want, fam. Don't give it to her. Point blank, period. Drop it in the comments, man. I ain't trying to see him just do nothing to old Stephon. And I don't even know him. But it ain't gotta end like that. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Lamar Odom has been evicted from his California mansion. Yeah, evicted. Look, he signed, rented this property out in December. Never paid a single penny. Nathan. $15,000 a month. They didn't even realize he ain't been paying until he missed tree. He missed tree payments, look, bro. He owed the people $45,000. They nullified the lease agreement in March. Current locations and whereabouts of Lamar Odom are unknown. They don't know what the fuck he had, but he fell on hard times. Look, it happens. But I'm gonna tell you like this, that quack, that glass dick that he's sucking on, it don't help. Yeah, it don't help. When you on them type of levels, them hard drugs, gonna ruin your pockets, fam. He's in there getting high and ain't even paying the bills. Nigga, when you can't live there for free, homeboy. Drop it in the comments. We don't know where he's at right now, if he paid that bill, but I doubt it. 3 months, you never expected to pay anything. Maybe he thought a show or something was gonna go through and he was gonna get it in advance. I don't know, fam, but stop living like the Joneses, nigga. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You know what I mean? Everybody know you used to play with Kobe and shit like that, but Just like the nigga that's living on the streets, man. Maybe you just got to leave LA. Yeah, maybe you just got to leave that place, bro, and go somewhere and just live regular. You got enough to just live regular, but you want to be in the spotlight, don't you? That ain't you no more, fam. It ain't you no. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. That ain't you no more, fam. Drop it in the comments. Cars from the playground. Look, the game says Snoop Dogg is one of the best rappers from California. He dropped his little LA list, but a lot of people gonna say he's talking about Los Angeles. Look, bruh, Snoop Dogg ain't from LA, fam. He's not from LA. If all the nigga gotta do is move there, come on, man. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Pac is not from LA. He's from New York. But look here, bro. This nigga say Snoop Dogg is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. Look, man. Look, I don't know why he's on the Dog Father's nuts. I don't know why. Just showing some type of respect, I'm guessing. But look here, bro. I know a lot of people gonna say Mozzie's from Sacramento. Mozzie should have been on that list because that's supposed to be a West Coast list. This nigga got Lefty Gunplay on that motherfucker. Come on, man. Come on. Nigga ain't even reading the game list. You don't have to be from the West Coast even though that list sucks, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Drop it in the comments. And the game rating itself so high, that's what you supposed to do. But let's keep it chill, fam. You gonna be at least 60, fam. And from LA, from the West, we're gonna say the West Coast, nigga, because you can't just say LA. We're gonna say the West Coast, you're gonna be like 65 on that list, fam. 65. Just being honest, just being real, fam. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. I like the game. I like him. But he's terribly, terribly wrong. Look, Lil Wayne announces the Carter 6 tour. The Carter 6 is actually dropping, bro. Wayne is gonna show people that he still got it. Despite Young Thug already, did he release the Carter or the Barter? He called it the Barter 6. Well, the Barter 5, the Barter 6. I don't know, bro. But this is the Carter 6. He's going on a 34 city across America. Let's be clear. Starting June 6th at Madison Square Garden. Now, this man has never headlined a show at this sports venue, but he will be at Madison Square Garden, and he gonna tear that bitch down. July 30th, he's kicking off the tour in Bristol, Virginia. Ends October 2nd in West Palm Beach, Florida. He's gonna do one show with the Hot Boys, one show in Oklahoma City. Why? Because they the only city that want to see that shit. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Sorry. I'm just not really rocking with BG like that. He ain't got it. He ain't got it no more, and Turk ain't got it no more either. Juvie has always been the leader of that clique. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. People that ain't from the South, they ain't gonna know what that's about. But Juvie is the one, fam. Yeah, Juvenile is the one. I don't know what he got going on now. But back in the day, Juvie had it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. If you know anything about the Hot Boys, nigga. Look, Drake announces UK tour with Party Next Door. Some sexist shows for you. Look, bro, this is back-to-back shows from July 20th through the 21st. Then he's going to Manchester from the July 25th to the 26th. On top of that, he's headlining the Wireless Festival, bro. This is the first time he's toured the UK in, 6 years, fam? First time in 6 years. Look, Drake is unstoppable. Yeah, Drake is unstoppable. He's getting ready for even bigger things overseas. On top of that, he's coming back to the States with that Iceman, and niggas gonna see how he rock. This ain't, I know a lot of people gonna say, man, this nigga Glazing Drake. This ain't about nothing like that, bro. This is just about the truth. They drop some dope shit, but he be dropping harder shit. Let's be honest. Scars from the playground, bro. Scars from the playground be dropping harder shit too. But this ain't about Scars from the playground. This ain't about me. This is about Drake. Drake got it, fam. He, for the last 15, 20 years, he been having it. So what makes you think it'd be any fucking different now, bro? UK tour, Like I said, it's kicking off in July, fam. He'll be back there. Some sexy shows for you. Party Next Door gonna do big, big things, bro. Give it a little time. You to understand what I'm saying. When you finally realize you have no choice but to give him a chance. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, fam. Scars from the playground. Look, BigXthaPlug cancels his tour with Lil Baby. Look it, bro. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. It didn't make sense mathematically, so he pulled out. He said he will not be on that tour with Lil Baby, but he might bless him and give him a guest appearance or something like that. Look, the tickets ain't a selling. He say sometimes you got to do what's best for you and your own crew. What's best for him is to go other places, bro. Go other places. That ain't the show for him. He don't want the attention that's gonna bring. Don't want it. For whatever reasons, he's not gonna be on tour with Lil Baby. Look, how was that Wham album? I still ain't never heard it, fam. So much has been happening in life and in the world in general. I still ain't never jammed that Wham album. You know, just being honest, just being real. I hope it sucks just like people say, because if that CD is hot, bro, y'all lame. Y'all lame. Y'all just dick ride whoever y'all feel like is the man right now. Now everybody is on Playboy Cardi. Man, get the fuck out of here. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Shout out Lil Baby. We rocking with him. Yeah, I don't know what BigXthaPlug got going on, but the musical styles don't match anyway. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This nigga is the street nigga. BigXthaPlug is the... I don't know what he is. You know, yeah, I don't know what he is, but he could rap, but he ain't just no street pushing dope type shit. I don't get them vibes from him. I just get the vibes that the man like fucking. Yeah, that's about it, man. He ain't fly. But shout out BigXthaPlug. This ain't the hate on him. This ain't the hate on him. This is, I keep it a buck. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Some people gonna like it, some people ain't. But get what? Fuck them all. Yeah, forked in. Forked in. If you don't understand what I'm saying, bro, maybe it ain't for you. Yeah, if you don't understand what I'm saying, maybe it ain't for you. But I speak the American English language better than most, nigga. I'm actually from here. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Druski denies being associated with Diddy in 2018. Allegedly, he was just a broke waiter in Georgia. 2018, Diddy, Odell Beckham, Druski, a whole bunch of oil, vegetable oil, baby oil, lace drug, baby oil. I don't know. I heard it was something like a slippy slide and all that other type of shit. On top of that, big homie CC was somehow involved in that lawsuit too. I don't know what this is, but Parham said it happened. I'm obliged to believe it. Look, you can't just show a bank account and say, look here, I was broke. Yeah, of course you was broke, because you ain't proved your loyalty yet. That's what niggas think, fam. That's what niggas think, so that's what you need to be talking about. What did you do to get in? Say that. You know what I mean? Say that, but save all the bullshit. Say the drama for your motherfucking mama. Niggas just want the truth. You already did the whole love don't cost thing shit. Nigga don't take nothing you do as just 100, fam. What did you do to get in? What did you do for Diddy? It's something there. It can't just be, oh, I've never messed with him like that. You've had fun with Diddy. You've had fun with him. You and Odell Beckham Jr. used a nasty motherfucker for what you did to Justin Bieber in that club. Yeah, Justin Bieber was sucking him off. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. A lot of people gonna say, oh, no, he wasn't. He was tying his shoe. Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Pusha T throwing shots at Drake. He say he's a hoe ass nigga for the suing UMG. Why? It ain't for what you think, fam. It ain't taking up for UMG or nothing like that. He just say he wanted to go toe to toe with K-Dot, and knew Kendrick Lamar possessed a deep hatred for him and was willing to do anything to take him down, even lie. Look, bro, Pusha T, shut your bitch ass up. Yeah, point blank, period. Pusha T, shut up. Your opinion Doesn't matter. Why? You've barely been connected to hip-hop for the last 15 years, fam. You've barely been connected with it. You've been in Kanye's West pocket. Point blank, period. On top of that, you done left a record label and all that type of shit just to keep a Kendrick feature. Why? Because you know Kendrick being on something with you, it's gonna try to make y'all sell something. But once niggas guess to win at that whole album, probably just fugazi, 13 tracks of bullshit, ain't nobody gonna be jamming it, bro. I pray to God that album is not lackluster, because I'm gonna have to drag him. You know, I'm just being honest, I'm just being real. If that bitch lackluster, if that Kendrick Lamar feature on Let God Sort Them Out with the clips is lackluster, you're gonna hear me say it's bullshit. You know, if it's tight, I'm gonna have to give Pusha T his flowers, but I don't like him. Yeah, I don't like him. It's just something about him. I don't like him. Drop it in the comments, fam. Squad's finna play. Look, Lil Durk throwing shots at Quando Rondo. He say a snitch is misleading the feds to prevent him from getting out on bond. CHS1, a paid FBI informant and a former gang member with criminal history. Bro, he's implying Quando Rondo was a rat, was his rat. He's been implying it for quite some time. On top of that, everybody always in my comments, Quando's a rat, Quando's a rat. That's who he talking about, fam. He think Quando is snitching for what he did, allegedly, to Lil Pop. Look, bro, all they had to listen to was, you know what I mean? They talking about this song and Willy Wonka this and all that other type of bullshit, man. You know what I mean? This is not real. Bro, just because you say it's not real on it, it sounds pretty fucking real. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. That sounded like he was admitting to something. On top of that, they think he's admitted to it, and DJ Black, they not saying slide for Vaughn anymore. You see, I haven't heard that in a while. Look, bro, this not looking good for Durk, despite him offering a $4.5 million bond package. Massive. But like they said, he didn't try to run before, allegedly. Everything is allegedly, fam. Yeah, everything is allegedly. Drop it in the comments, man. Squad's finna play. Look, Lefty Gunplay hijacked Shorty concert. Look, bro, the man let that man on a mic and he wouldn't give it back. You know what I mean? They saying this is why Kendrick Lamar didn't let old Lefty on that stage on the Grand National Tour at the SoFi Stadium when he was trying to get up there and the security blocked him. No, you can't come up here, you're not invited. Why? Kendrick Lamar don't want to be buddy-buddy with him. He was just throwing a doggy a bone. He didn't understand that, bro. He wanted to get on stage. He would have did the same thing he did on Shorty concert. But this is what you're supposed to do. Niggas got to respect the fact that that man gonna take it and make it about him. You got to understand that you the star. Yeah, you got to understand that you the star, bro. Not nobody else, despite the accolades they may possess. Everybody get a chance. Every man gets a turn. And we ain't talking about on your mama, nigga. You see here, we ain't talking about on your mama. We talking about in the game, nigga. You put the proper... Look, you put your back down, take them proper steps, you'll get what's deserved. Point blank, period. Drop it in the comments, man. Squad's finna play.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.